Alright, welcome to the tutorial for the F-16 mod here, and I'm gonna tell you about basic flights and some other employments such as weapons, radars, RWR, and other stuffs. This mod is very far from completion, and it's only got its air-to-air combat finish recently. Alright, so first, the thrust is unlike in vanilla. It's more like in games such as War Thunder, where the thrust is like a percentage. I'm releasing my key here, but the thrust stays at that place. Again, releasing the key and it stays in that place. And you can see the thrust status on the afterburner. On the engine also, if it's on afterburner, it will open. And if it's on mill power, it will close. And then you raise the gear with the Z axis, Zulu, and you open the air brake with V. And then you look around by just aiming. Here you can see your JMX. And then you zoom in with left shift. And you zoom out with left control. I think that's all for it for the flying part. Now we're going to look at some of the stuffs in the F-16. So first I'm going to give a quick explanation of the HUD. So here we have 0.9. 0.9 means our current G we are experiencing. If I like pull up really hard, the G counter will go up. Alright, then this number here, 250, it's our current airspeed in knots. And then this number 200 is our barometric altitude in feet. And then this R 1200 is our radar altimeter, which is the distance from our radar to the ground. In the y-axis, perpendicular to the ground, in feet. And then this is your master arm status. 0.57 is your Mach number. This is your magnetic heading. If I go left, it will decrease, the number will decrease. And then FXXX means if I draw a line from the middle of my HUD to the ground, it will then has a range of 0.5 100 meters, basically 50 meters, gain 60 meters, and it's used to measure the distance between you and the ground. And if you are locking onto a target, it will show you the range from you to that target. And then this will show you your ammo in tons of bullets. So 46 means 460 bullets. I'm gonna show you once again about this slant range. There we are recasting 300 meters, 330 meters above. Alright, that seems to be all about it. So also this diamond is your Sidewinder diamond, Sidewinder bore sight diamond. Yeah, I'll explain about it later. And then I'll walk you around on the gauges. So this is your left and right MFD, and then we have attitude indicator, one here, and one is actually on the left MFD. If we roll left, it shows you the artificial horizon. And then let me turn real quick. Alright, I was heading the wrong way around. Should be correct. And then this is your RWR, this is your DED, your ICP, and then there's an AOA indicator. If I go up, the AOA will increase. If I go down, it will increase, but in the negatives. And then there's a FIFI indicator here, which means how many thousands of feet am I climbing in a minute. And then there's the landing gear indicator here. We need to wait. I forgot if I implement the lights or not. Let's see. Alright, it fully opens and the light is there. And the light is out, yeah. And then this is the stick. And many of the dials and gauges are not in game right as of right now, but they will be in the future update. And then for your GMX joint helmet killing system, I believe it's what it means. I'll go for the symbology. It's quite similar to the hood. Alright. So if you can see here, 1, it says your G number. And then this is your airspeed in knots. This is your barometric altitude, thousands of in feet. And then your ammo for the 460. And your magnetic heading for your fuel, for your helmet. Not the jet. The jet says 180. If I look up, it's 180. If I go left, it will change according to my helmet. According to the helmet. Alright, that seems to be all about it for the JMAX. There'll be more, but like about the radar locking and stops. I'll tell you more about it. And then our DED. There's not much in here except for supposed to be working clock, but it's not working now. I guess I'll fix it. And then the RWR, it basically tells you about the situations around you, the airspace around you. But this doesn't show you the vehicle. This shows you radar emitters in the scene. Like if you can see here, 16 means there's an F-16 at around 1 o'clock, which is on the there on the carrier. And if it's on the middle ring, it's close. If it's outside of the ring, it's far. It can't measure range, just like a relative range. Is it far, close, or yeah. And then the SMS is basically tells you the number of ammo you have: 460, 410, and then I have 4 MRAM, 4 M12C, and then 2 M9X. Alright, and then we'll go for the radar. So there's 2 radar modes for the AN APG68, CRM and ACM. CRM means combined radar mode. So in reality, it has a lot of modes, like track wall scan, range wall scan, VLS, and other stuff like that. But it's not really modeled here since we don't really need much of that. And in my opinion, on the ACM is what we'll be needing for the mod. I mean, on the RWS is what we are needing, so that's why I only implemented RWS. Basically tells you about the targets in the airspace. As you can see here, there are 1, 2, 3, and 4 targets. We can lock onto them with 8, and this tells us hang on there. This tells some stuffs. Alright, if you can see here, 4R, it means the target is 4 degrees right of us, around maybe here. And then 136 is the magnetic heading of the target. And then 0 is their velocity in knots. And 417 is the closure speed to the target. It's also in knots, and it's currently bug. It shows really high number if the target is moving. And then here we can see the radar scope display in hundreds of meters. If you've played something like DCS or Falcon BMS, you'll notice that I use hundreds of meters, not nautical miles, the F-16 is supposed to be using. And it is because Ravenfield maps is really small. And if I put maybe most of the maps aren't even like 5 knot miles, 10 knot miles, and the lowest display setting the real F-16 has is 5 miles, 5 knot miles. So like all of the targets will be displayed at the screen, and there will be so much clutter. So that's why I choose to use hundreds of meters. Same for this long range. And then this is the flavor text. This will be functional in a future update, the bullseye update navigation. Alright, we'll just resume. And then we can see some stuff here. The target is indicated by this square and the GMX as well, square. Alright, then the CRM doesn't have any submodes, it only has RWS, range while scan. Then we'll move to ACM. While CRM is used mainly for long range, ACM is mainly used for close range such as dogfights. It has 4 submodes: 20 by 30 mode, 10 by 60 mode. Okay, this is 30 by 20 mode, 10 by 60 mode, bore and slew. So 30 by 20 scans an area 30 degrees to the side and 20 degrees up, and it's roughly the size of your hut. We will try to lock a target in the carrier. The range is 1 kilometer, 1000 meter. We'll try to lock him. There we go, we got the lock. And the 20 submode doesn't have any particular symbology whatsoever. And we'll switch to 10 by 60. This locks an area 10 degrees from side to side and 60 degrees up and down. This is particularly useful in a dogfight. Example, if your enemy is here and you're chasing his tail, the enemy is most likely to be on your lift factor, so you can lock onto him more easily, such as like this. We're pulling on him. Okay, the range is still too far. You should get locked there. A bit too late. And the range is also 1 kilometer. And then we'll switch to bore sight mode, and it basically scans for targets in the middle of the crosshair. There we go, we get a lock there. And last, oh yeah, the bore sight mode has a range of 2 kilometers. And the last is slew. It basically scans inside your GMX, inside this oval. And it's really useful in dogfights since you only need to look. Okay, I got distracted there. Look to your target to lock them. and the range is also 2 kilometers. A question might arise: why is the 10 by 60 and 30 by 20 range is only 1 kilometers, while the others is 2 kilometers? The reason is the slew and bore concentrates your radar emission on a tiny area, which is 6 degrees by 6 degrees. And that's why it could lock onto longer range targets, because the emission is more concentrated. And then there's one thing left. So you could lock into a target with the 8th key, right? You could drop the lock with 2. Then, yeah, as you can see, it drops the lock. To increase the radar range, to increase the radar scope display, use plus on your numpad, and to reduce it, use minus. It must be numpad keys, not your keyboard. And then I'm gonna show you one more thing, which is the IFF, identification friend or foe. And you press number 4 on your numpad. It should work, but since it's an unoccupied vehicle, the IFF doesn't pick it up. Think of it like vehicles that are turned on. It doesn't emit radar. It does. Their IFF transponder doesn't respond. And then we can probably move on to air-to-air combat. First, let's start with guns, the most basic. Your guns will go to the crosshair, like so. Also, it has a slight tendency to yaw to the left because of how the gun is placed. It will induce a torque. Alright, so we lock a target. And for aiming the gun, just aim at the middle. Okay, he's blocked. Aim at the middle of the paper. Here, aim here. The gun has some time to charge. Oh wow. Hit and run. Also, if you notice, most of the rounds went through the helicopter instead of damaging it. And then the gun has a quite high fire rate, so you could deplete your ammo quickly. And then we'll move on to the MRAMs. So the MRAMs is this one, and it's radar guided. Switching to MRAMs, locking target, and just fire. Couldn't be easier than that. But there's the Sidewinder, which is even more easier. So if you see the Sidewinder diamond, where is it? There we go, the diamond there. It basically tells you where the seeker head of the M9X is currently seen. You want to place that diamond onto the target. The diamond will go the middle of the fire. I think it probably didn't miss, but it hits a burning vehicle, a dead vehicle. To try it again. Very nice. And as you can see, even if we did get a lock, the seeker would still go to our where we are seeing. There, we can break the lock. If we do not want to break the lock, we press U to uncage, and it will stay in that place until the target is outside of its gimbal limits. There, we'll go there. This leads to a stronger lock. This is how I model a stronger lock because infrared emissions is not in here. It's not modeled in Ravenfield. And that's about all of it about air combat. I would like to show the F-16 in a combat environment to show a sample of what the combat might be. Also, there's another symbology on the what is it called? For the MRAM, there's another symbology. I hope they get an F-16. Oh yeah, there it is. So first we're gonna switch to MRAM and get a lock on him. Right, wrong lock. Is that a lock? Yeah, that's lock. So if you notice, if we fire on this guy, oh, he's on a buzzard. Poor guy. Alright, the contrast is so bad. We're gonna have to do round. Alright, fine. Here it is. Right, if we fire an AMRAM, you'll see T01 there. It means the time until the missile reach the targets. Right, it flares. TO1s mean 1 second until it hits the target. If we shoot from really far range, the missile will not go pitbull just yet. And you can see that if it says like A01, and it means like it's 1 second until pitbull. Pitbull is when the missile will support itself with its own radar. And if you break lock before it goes pitbull, the missile will miss. Another lock. Consider TOO 0 seconds. Oh, it misses. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Alright. Right, let me see. Also, you can uncage the sidewinder by pressing U. I forgot the guitar. Alright, that's nice. And then lastly, I would like to show you about countermeasures. Here it's also different from vanilla, in which you get 30 times of individual countermeasures. I'm trying to get it. The contrast is so bad. Alright, so maybe we can. There we go, we're flaring and chucking. And basically how it works, the mechanics is for every missile that is onto our tail, it will do an RNG, 55% of dropping the locks. And the RNG is individual for each missile, it will do an RNG. So mostly like 2 or 3 flares would be enough. And then you can also go shift plus countermeasure button to start countermeasuring in preemptive mode, which is 1 countermeasure per second. And then, alright, I'm gonna show you something else. We want to get this guy onto a CRM. Alright, never mind. Alright, never mind. We need some distance for what I'm going to demonstrate. There we go. 4 clicks. Put him on the radar. There we go. Press 4 on your numpad and your radar will start IFFing. I guess not. Maybe 6. Right, it's 4. Maybe it's also broken. But the way IFF is it will show like green outlines on each of the blips. And if it's green, it's friendly. If it's not green, it may be hostile, it may be neutral or unoccupied. And then I think that's basically all of it. There's emoji. Yeah, another shot. The sidewinder. And the link for the mod is available on Huawei's Discord server. And you'll see the F-16 beta channel. And aside from that, there's also a more thorough tutorial on the F-16 manual channel. So if you would like to give it a try, the RFC file is on there. Alright, so I'm gonna close the tutorial. Thank you for watching.